Hello ladies and gentlemen, ralfidude here. Today's video will focus on bounty hunting, specifically at resource extraction sites. From now on I'm gonna call the resource extraction sites RES because it's just shorter. Since the release of Beta 3, the RES has been pretty difficult to find. However, there is good news. Now, one way of doing this is by going into the system map and checking for planets with rings around them that have a rich high metal content. However, I have found that this method is pretty unsatisfactory. However, I have found an alternative way of finding these places. If you take a look at the radar, you will see that there is an AI ship right in front of us. Now, there is no station over here, so they're not docking. The only other reason why there would be there is because of a RES. So my advice to you is once you exit hyperspace, go ahead and take a look at where the traffic is heading to. Once you have identified the traffic patterns and see which ones are not going to stations, you have a pretty sure bet that it's an RES. And sure enough, as I close with the planet, an RES appears. Okay, that aside, let's get cracking. My advice to you would be to come into these places with a clean record. The reason is, if you are wanted, you are going to get scanned. Like this. And it's going to be a painful experience for you. So make sure you are nice and clean. And when they do scan you, let them. And I'll show you exactly why later. In my experience, anybody that is mining has a clean record, so don't even bother scanning them. They're usually never wanted. Let me take the time to explain something that was not exactly covered by the patch notes, or something you might have missed. Since Beta 3, we have now a much more vigorous faction system. What this means is that the federal ships in a federal system will still engage you if you fire in a ship that is wanted, that is in their own faction. They will consider you hostile, as will all the other ships that are in the same faction as that ship you've engaged.
Target shields offline. Warning, under attack. Frame shift charge detected. Target destroyed.
Now, if you find yourself in this position, as I just have, there is a easy solution. All you have to do is jump out of the RES and then jump back in. Everything will be reset. It's as if they've all forgiven you. Now, as annoying as the federal ships are, they are good for one thing, and that's to tell you exactly where all the wanted people are when they're having their little laser show right there. And it is your job and duty, I said duty, to go in there as a bounty hunter and steal that kill away from them. Remember, the last round to bring the hull down to 0 gets the kill.
Target destroyed.
If you're having trouble finding your bounties, sometimes it is a good idea just to fly out of the RES, flip your nose around, and look for that little laser light show by the Federation engaging all the wanted ships. This is where a little planning goes a long way. Instead of just firing this guy right here where he can just turn in and fire at me, I want to get into a good position to fire. But I recognize that there's 2 of them, and they're both wanted, so I'm not exactly sure what I should do here. And I recognize that going after the trailer, the guy on the right, would probably be the better idea.
Scan detected.
Luckily enough, this happens. Aha! Alright, looks like they weren't together. I guess I'll take care of this guy, while the other guy is busy running.
Target destroyed.
Time for tip number 3-Delta B. As you can see, ahead of me I have 2 ships that are marked red. This does not mean that they are wanted. They could mean that I've engaged some people before that were at their own faction, so they're hostile to me. The thing to do here is to lock them up and confirm that they are wanted. If you engage a guy without confirming that he is wanted with your own computer, you will be seen as a hostile to all the federal ships around you. You have to make sure that you scan them and the wanted status shows up at the bottom left.
User joined your channel.
Target shields online.
If nothing else, you can always use the federal ships to your own advantage. Should things get a little bit too hairy for you, if they're around, they will still engage the guy who is wanted. The negative side effect to this is, of course, they will shoot right through you as well, so you do have to sort of watch out for that friendly fire. The only way to do so is just to basically move out their way. There's really nothing else you can do. The thing that I have noticed is that even if there are 6 to 10 federal ships engaging this guy while you're doing the same, he will still basically focus all of his energy on you. However, there are moments like these where his little defense beams over there are not engaging you but the federal ships instead. So, you can use this for your own advantage.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Target destroyed. Target shields offline.
As far as weapons go, to each his own. Everything really depends on what kind of ship you have and what is your current skill. Gimbaled versus fixed weapons, etc. and so forth. But one thing I will say is, gimbaled cannons, wow, they sure make things easy.
Target destroyed.
Okay, remember when I said you shouldn't freak out when your ship is being scanned? Well, as long as your bounties are cleared. The reason for this is because most of the guys who do scan you are either going to be Federation ships, other bounty hunters, or in this case, wanted people. Now, what he's scanning me for is cargo. Since I obviously don't have any, he's going to fly away. And this is the time where you position yourself behind him and take him out. Pro tip number 69-25, often referred to as the fourth commandment of firearm safety. Know your target and know what is beyond it. Did you catch that? Let's rewind and slow it down. Yeah, that is an anaconda, and if I kept shooting at this guy, I would have probably struck him. And that, yeah, you don't want that, so make sure you know what you are shooting at. Position, position, position. I probably have said it before and I'll say it again. You have to get into a good position. Do not just start firing away. In this instance, getting right behind the guy while he's busy firing on someone else is a much better alternative than going head to head with someone and having them fire at you right away.
Target destroyed.
As far as the bounty quantities go, it has changed a little bit in Beta 3. See, in Beta 2, they were pretty random and not based on skill set. So you could get things ranging from 350 credits to 12 to 15,000 credits, let alone the anacondas, which went all the way up to 40,000+ credits. In Beta 3, you still have a pretty wide variety of bounties, however, you do see that there's a slight difference based on the kind of skill set that you're going up against. Even in that case, I still have seen Expert and Master AI having bounties of under 1,000 credits, while other novices have above that. So there is still some sort of weird random generation there. I love it when these guys are target fixated. It makes things so easy.
Target destroyed. Scan detected.
One thing that I have noticed is that based on the behavior of some of these AI, you can tell who's wanted and who's not. For example, Sidewinders, for whatever reason, love to go and harass anacondas. I don't get it myself, but I'm not complaining. It makes it easy to pick them up, scan them, confirm that they're wanted, and take them out.
Target destroyed.
Be aware of your surroundings. In addition to watching your fire to make sure that you don't engage anybody else beyond your wanted ship, you will also need to watch out for the federal ships, such as these guys, who will not move out of your way. You're gonna need to move out of theirs. Oh right, the asteroids as well.
Target destroyed. Flight assist off.
Now, I'm not sure what your personal experiences are going to be like. However, since playing Beta 3, I have found not a single wanted anaconda yet. This includes the different systems that I have gone to, such as Federation, Aranin, and Independent. So in general, I just avoid them and don't even bother scanning them. This is one of those rare moments where I did find an anaconda that is wanted. It is my guess, however, that he must have accidentally shot one of the Federation ships and exchanged fire, making him wanted, because after I did kill him, I only received this many credits.
Target destroyed.
I feel strangely gypped. I confirmed this theory later on when I saw that this Federation ship was attacking a clean anaconda, so I just wait a little bit until he engages him back, and right around here, his status turns to wanted. There you go. But instead of engaging this guy, because you can see he's got full shields, full hull, for engaging a ship, you only get a 200 bounty, and yeah, there it is, only 200 credits. It's too much work, too much risk. Why bother? Here's an interesting little case where patience pays off.
Target shields
As you
online.
can see, his
Target
status is
shields
clean.
online.
However, he's acting hostile towards the Federal ships. And give it just a little bit of time and he's actually gonna hit them, which will turn his status into a wanted. At which point you can swoop in and save the Federation.
Target destroyed.
Okay, this next tip isn't just for bounty hunting, but Elite Dangerous in general. Learn to manage your power
Target
settings.
shields offline.
This, what you see, is the bare minimum of what is required in order to fight in Elite Dangerous. If you can't multitask, you have no business flying in a ship in the first place.
Target destroyed.
Pro tip 3.14159. Make sure you have enough insurance, because while jumping into these places, well, it can be Elite Dangerous. Get it? Danger? Ah, shut up, I'm funny. In addition to the last pro tip, do not surf the rings before jumping into the RES. Why, you ask? Well, because of this.
Eject. Eject.